10th grade English students. This is Miss Wills. For those of you who missed class today, we continued our little vocabulary adventure and took on 2 new terms. Those are auspicious and suspicious. So we went over the definitions for those, and we looked at some synonyms and antonyms for both as well. As always, our lesson goal is just to become comfortable using these terms in our speaking and in our writing, as well as, of course, understanding them and being able to use them. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just do a little brainstorm. Think about what the meaning of auspicious is, what the meaning of suspicious is. Don't turn to Google just yet. I want to see what you already know. So go ahead and write down your own definition in your very own words, whether or not it's correct, and see what you've got. Next, I would like you to come up with 2 examples using that same definition of your own, and each example is going to be using one of the terms. So I'm going to give you my 2 examples. Yours have to be different from mine, but you can use mine to kind of figure out what the definition is if you're not completely sure. So my example for the first term was the couple was very much in love and the marriage was off to an auspicious start. Okay, I'll repeat that one more time. The couple was very much in love and the marriage was off to an auspicious start. So make of that what you will. Come up with your own example for that term. My example sentence for the second term is the man was dressed in all black and his dark glasses and black gloves made him look suspicious. One more time for that one. The man was dressed in all black and his dark glasses and black gloves made him look suspicious. All right, so next, after you've come up with your own 2 examples, one for each term, I'd like you to split up into groups of 4. Look at my example, the one I provided you, look at your own example, and then go back to that initial brainstorm and just cross off anything that you think you no longer think is correct. You may have had some, just terms on there that were related or possible synonyms, something you thought it meant. If it's not correct anymore, as far as you know, go ahead and cross it off. But still, stay away from that Google. We want to wait till the end for that, see how far we can get on our own. All right, next we're going to do a little activity where we're going to create some word charts. Now these charts can be however you'd like to do them. You could do bullet points, you could make an actual chart, you could draw a little diagram, however you'd like to do it. But what I need from you is you're going to list the term, you're going to list a definition, you're going to list some synonyms, some antonyms, and a symbol. So you need at least 3 synonyms and at least 3 antonyms. I have a little example here on my laptop. So I used the term from last week, jubilant. The definition, feelings of great happiness or triumph. Some synonyms, ecstatic, happy, joyful. Some antonyms would be sad, depressed. And then a symbol could work as just a happy face. It could be something as simple as that. So I'd like you to create a chart for each of the terms. And again, based on your own definition, no Google yet. And then what you're going to do after you create the chart is you're going to put those 2 terms into one of these. If you'd like to be a little old-fashioned, Venn diagram, we're going to compare and contrast those 2 terms. Or you could do something like this, which is a little more fun, but of course can be a bit more challenging because it requires you to come up with a certain number of differences and similarities. So it's up to you. Choose one. You can see that a little better. This is called the double bubble. And so for this one in particular, you would plug in your 2 terms here, so auspicious and suspicious, and then you do the similarities. Oh, it's hard to see, sorry. Similarities and differences. So either one of those is fine. That's just really going to help us get a grasp on the differences between these 2 terms, and that'll really help with continuing our learning and being able to identify them quickly when we encounter them in our reading and also when we're trying to come up with new terms for our writing. So that'll really help with that. Once you're done with the compare and contrast, what I would really like is for a big group to be together so that we could play the game that we played in class. But what we of course can't do that because we're not all together, unfortunately. And so what I'd like you to do is take those activities that you've completed, take the definitions that you've created, the examples you've created, and then finally you get to go to Google and Google the actual dictionary definition. And then what I would really like you to do is go ahead and just edit the definition that you have listed in your journal. You can either edit it and erase it and change it completely different, or you can just go ahead and cross it off. That way you can see the growth that you've experienced. You could also write the dictionary definition in there. You could do a combination of those. I just really want you to have one of those listed so that you can refer back to it in the future. And then I would really like for you to fill out the plus delta feedback form and turn it in to me next time I see you in class. That's just that little, it's the plus delta. So you're going to list something positive, something negative. You're going to list something that you feel like you could have done better with if you'd had further support from me. Or if you need anything specifically from me, and then just a comment about the lesson and how it made you feel. And of course, the next time we are in class together, when it's a Friday, hopefully everyone will be there. We will play Kahoot online with these terms, and we'll mix them all up and see how far we've gotten. So that's going to conclude our little lesson online. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it helps a lot. Thanks, and I'll see you in class.